Hey guys, I'm Kayakis, and welcome back to Map, a game about maps. Where we left off. Where are we? Somewhere new. There we go. Oh, it's like a coliseum of sorts. Do you see what I see? City of Ravens, absolutely amazing. That's kinda neat. I'm gonna rub this all on my classmate's face. Take a few pictures. We did it. We are awesome. That's not true at all. Find clues to the Raven King's treasure. So what are we looking for? Start the city map again. Alright. Gotta find a map of the city. Alright, coming into the city. Well, looks like maybe the front gate was closed down. Crumbled into pieces. But yeah, they got a nice big old wall here. Impenetrable, some might say. Others might disagree, but someone might say it. Ooh. It looks pretty similar to the last location we were at, but I'm going to guess the city map is up in that area. So, let's take... Actually, I should probably come and grab some of these planks while I'm at it. Here we go. Was that hiding any treasures? Usually there's treasures hiding beneath those planks. Well, how about that? Anything in here? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, coming back to a spot that I visited a little bit earlier. I think I found the map. I was expecting it to be like a big tablet kind of a thing like we saw on the last city map, but it looks like it's here in the right smack center. And you can actually see, so there's like a line. Let me get my pointer out here. Here. So there's this line here, which I believe is actually this bridge. And so you can see it is actually lined up. I'm curious on if this is north and south. Lining up, it looks like it actually is. Good. So I think this is kind of lined up in the cardinal directions, which is fantastic. However, I need to figure out some kind of landmark and how to get this identified. I have a rough guess as to where the dock is, but other than that, I'm not so sure as for, well, everything else. Well, I happened to find a little parkour challenge. However, this is my hourglass here. When I step on it, I notice right over there is the endpoint. 50 steps away. Looking at this, however, I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. I mean, obviously there is a wind current there. However, that's pretty far away. I see there's these kind of bridge structures. I'm not sure if I can leap across those and kind of get over there. That might have to be my play. Other than that, I'm not sure how I would do that. I suppose starting off, I'm going to try going over to those bridge structures and see, maybe, just maybe. Is that Shrek? Wonder what happens if I dig right in the center of his nose, maybe on either ear. But maybe, just maybe, I don't think this is the way to do it. Wonder if I could actually have glided all the way over to this wind spot if I had gone straight. Oh, nice. Just able to do it. And first try. Then I did see, looks like there's an endpoint down there and maybe a start right here. Are these connected? Are these one and the same? No. You can see... Oh, wait, no. They did. It was hiding behind the tree. Good thing I zoomed in. Alright. Although this is a little trickier because you got to go kind of in and out of the trees and right... Oh, no! What? Oh! Oh, I touched the tree and then I kind of ran along it. But since we're here... Alright. Can't dig there. Never mind. Let's see if we can't get this real quick, though. Alright, take two. Maybe if I go on the outside. I have plenty of height. This is also a pretty cool looking spot here. Ooh, nice. All right, let's take another look around. But yeah, I really like this spot here. It looks really cool. Just how it's kind of seated, stepped in. All right, doesn't look like there's anything hidden underneath there. All right, flying into Shrek here. I think I'm gonna have to reset my position after landing. I'm just curious, surely maybe his nose? No. His ears? No. Which ear has the wax? This ear? Oh, this is like rock. Wow. Huh. Well, that's too bad. I would thought maybe for sure there'd be something here. Got lucky. Guess not. Well, I think we got this all figured out as to getting this thing marked out. So right down there, you can see I have a flag. And so from down there, I was able to hopefully mark the distance that this tower is. And then marking out this tower, I marked out, stepped out all the way over here. You can see that this walkway actually goes straight east and west, which is very handy. Brought me over to here. And then we just have to turn 90 degrees, go straight south until we hit the center of the map. And so, that's what we have right here. From the dock, over here to the tower, straight to the west, turn straight down to the center. Let's see how we did. I feel pretty good about this one. How are we looking? Nice. That's actually a little less spot on than I was hoping, but overall, it's still 0 steps, so we'll take it. Hopefully now that's added to our map and we'll have an actual landmark that we can use. Don't even know where to start. The fire pit or the trapdoor leading to the warehouse basement? Or maybe we should take a look at the smallest hot spring. Alright, mark the smallest hot spring. Oh, is that this? Uh-oh. Are these hot? Feels kind of cold to me. I don't know, we'll keep that in the back of our heads. Well, while running around, I did manage to find the fire pit. So, I guess just need to figure out where this thing is in relation to the center. Looks like this big old pillar's in the way, though. Alright, so I'm at the edge of this tower here, and I marked out where that fireplace was. So 3.7 meters, and that is going straight north and south. All right, so let's go into our handy dandy notebook and mark out 3.7. And I'll remind you that the number down here is actually wrong. So if we were to, oops, there we go. If we were to mark out 10, so we get that line right there, right at the edge, you can actually see 9.8 instead of 10. So when we go to mark out 3.7, it's not actually 3.7 here. You can see right here, it's like 4 steps is basically 3.8. So if we bring this back, probably right about there, I'd say. Right on the edge of 3.5 and 3.6, that should be 3.7 actual feet, steps. And then we have to turn that north and south. However, we don't really know where this is. I mean, I guess it's north of the center pit, so it is, wait, north? No, south. So it's down here somewhere, so we just need to figure out how far across. Oh, no, overshot it. So how far is that tower? So we throw one of those right there. That should be pretty good. Can I see anything useful? No. Alright, I gotta get back up. I'm also thinking this might be the warehouse. It looks pretty warehousey. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. However, the top looks just like that, just kind of boarded up with some wood. So it's not necessarily a trap door, but I'm thinking it's a possibility. Not necessarily 100%. I'll show you guys. It's right here. Doesn't look like a trap door to me, but we'll see. Now I have these platforms all set up here, and from up there I was able to determine the tower's about 2 steps wide from outside to outside. So smush myself up into the corner right here, use my handy dandy telescope, and it looks like this flag is about, I think I might be picking up that little actual flag instead of the stick, which I want the stick. So it looks like 6.1 steps. So let's mark out 6.1 steps. So there's 6 right there, and then 0.1, probably right about there. Brings us to the edge of this tower, so then we add 2 plus another 3.7. So then that would be 8.1, 10.8. So that'll be a little difficult to get that marked out. However, if we just go right to... I'd like it to be a nice line. So there's 6, okay? And then we have 7, 8, 9, 10.8. It's probably right about there. And then rotate that 90 degrees. Right about there. Put it in the center, and we should have where this fire pit is. Hopefully. So we'll go ahead and mark that with a line, and because I like to do it, throw a little dot there. Let's see how we did. This should hopefully be the fire pit. How are we looking? Not bad. We need to go, I guess, a little bit further. Did I do math wrong? Because it looks like it should be, instead of, I guess, 10.8 is what I said. Oh, I think I did 10.1. Did I? Let's find out. Try again. How far is that? No, that should be 10.8. So looking more like 11 and a half then. Interesting. So we'll move this right about there. Should be good. Confirm. Spot on. Perfect. All right. So we got 1 out of the 3 done. And similarly put, we are thinking, or I'm thinking at least, assuming that this is the trapdoor. I think this is about where it is. I mean, there's the fireplace, so we're not too far away from that. And then, yeah, I marked out the center again. So hopefully, I mean, assuming that this is, in fact, the trapdoor leading to the warehouse basement. Okay, apparently not. Where is this trapdoor? Wait, what? Oh, I think it's downstairs. So, okay. I think I see where I went wrong. So I guess this isn't necessarily the first floor of the yeah, hold on, let's try again. This isn't the first floor of the warehouse. This is the first floor, which means there's something in here. It's supposed to be this? This is definitely not a trapdoor. I'm kind of at a loss for words, really. I never would have assumed this would be a trapdoor. I mean, yeah, they do this kind of black thing here, shading, to indicate an opening. So I suppose in that regard it makes sense. But other than that, it really doesn't. And I'm going to see... I have no planks. Alright, 1 second. So I want to see if I can't maybe cheese this a little bit. Just a little. And so I marked out where the center of it was with that one, and I'm hoping that this will actually poke above. I might have to go just a little bit higher. Let's go see. Well, I made it the stack a bit bigger, and if this doesn't work, then I'm going to assume that the flags are not able to clip through the floor. Which, I mean, obviously this is what I'm banking on. Oh, there it is! It actually did clip through the floor. Very cool. Very nice. Except for the fact that I can't actually tell where that is from here, but I do know where that spot is. And it's actually relatively close by. So maybe I could go from this spot and kind of pinpoint. I mean, if I go... Hold on, let's put a flag on the top side here. Because actually, I know where the fire pit is. And I know where this part right here is. Let me put a flag here because I was standing right about here. So between those two spots, I should be able to pinpoint this one. Well, I've got a little bit of a predicament where my lines don't actually touch. But if I just say right in the middle, I mean, I feel more confident about this one than I do this one because I might be off on that one. So if I go right in between these 2 points, hold on, let me actually get this to go right between these 2 points. There we go. We'll mark that out, because why not? And then this goes right there. Hopefully, we are looking pretty good. Spot on. I may have done that slightly different than I was supposed to, but the results don't lie. Alright, and we finally have the last mini hot spring. I need to go reclaim all of my planks because every last one of them I think is now in this pile. So let's break these things down real quick. If I can hit the right button. Claim it all. Alright, so I'm going to guess that the mini hot spring, or the smallest hot spring, is that spot that I saw over there. Because I was thinking about it, I'm thinking all of these spots are inside of the city walls here. And so I think those are the only spots in the walls that are... Actually, I think it's right up there. Could be wrong. But those are the only spots that even resemble a hot spring. I think I passed it. Where am I? Alright, so I believe this here is the smallest hot spring. So we'll throw a flag right in there. And maybe, just maybe... I mean, we can almost see one of these flags right there. I definitely won't be able to see it from here, so I'm going to need to boost myself up a little bit in a similar manner as I did the other one. But this time, it's more so just so I can use my my telescope instead of, well, trying to clip through the floor. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. Let's take a look. Can I see it? Yes. Only just, but yes. So we are 10.2 steps, and this is straight. So this spot would be northeast, straight northeast from the center. Let's mark that out. Okay, so if we get this, or got this figured out correctly, it should be, hopefully, right here. How are we looking? Nice! Actually spot on for once. The sad thing is, I didn't find a single treasure. I didn't see a single map. So, yeah, these ones are more well hidden. Let's continue. Is that the end of this map? I'm not sure. Let's see. Ah, so there's a new tool to be hidden here. Place a flag on the center of the city. Only then will its shadow show you. Oh. I mean, I think I might have done that already. Supposed to dig. Oh. I wonder if that means I need to go to this building, which would be that building, and to that spot there and dig. It's either that or, like right here. No. Okay. Let's go up to this building. And right about here. Yes. What are we finding? Ooh, looks like a sextant. Continue. We found the last tool. You're incredible. Now let's see how well you can use a sextant. Mark the peak of the highest mountain and the center of the crater. Well, we know where the center of the crater is. Let's see. Let's see how to use this. So basically, we can now measure and account for height. Because previously, that's why I was always working on getting to the same height on everything. Height was not accounted for at all. So, I mean, can I see the highest peak of the mountain? I mean, it looks like it's that. So, my telescope should now be this. I mean, I have a flag right up there. Does that work? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how exactly it does work. Like, does it actually tell me a different number now? Like, would it have told me like 33? Because you can see right there on the left, that's the I guess hypotenuse. Maybe that's not the right word. Um, but now it's actually telling me the correct distance there. I guess there's one way to find out. Let's look at this tower. If it stays kind of 6.6 the whole way, yes. That is wonderful. Where is my mountain? I lost a mountain. So it was 27.6, and we're in the center of here, looking that way. And so that is about south by southwest, a little more west, though. Alright, let's do this. And assuming that this is, in fact, the highest peak, or the highest mountain, then this should be correct. One could hope and think. How are we looking? We're half a step off. We are pretty dang close to our flag, actually. But it looks like... Where are we in comparison? Where are we even? Oh, we're in the center right there. So we need to go a little further. Well, this is southwest. We need to go a little more west, I think. Just slightly. Try again. Oh wait, no, that was a 3-star, wasn't it? Ah, shoot. Alright, but we need to go a little more west. Right about there, maybe? I'm pretty sure we got it the first time, but there we go. Now we definitely did. Perfect. And what was the last one? Mark the center of the crater, which I think is over here. So I believe I am right in the center, between the center of the crater and the center over there. I don't necessarily mean like the dead center. I just mean like in line with them. If you were to drop to a point or a line between the 2 points. So if we look at our flag here, we've got 35.2. And then the center of the crater is 13.1, or just 13. So 35 plus 13 is 48, and then 0.2. So let's see about marking that out. This only goes... Wait, oh, 48. Oh, that's too bad. So we'll probably need to break it up. Let's go, let's see, 48. So we'll go 24.1. So basically what I've been doing to try to get this to be rather accurate is I take whatever it is, so I'm looking for 24.1, and then I just minus 0.2 off of it. And then that should be relatively close, although I guess maybe I want to do 0.2 for every 10. That might be a better idea, so there we go. That should be pretty close. And now it's just a matter of the angle. So if I zoom in, let's go this way, I suppose, because I'll be going off of the center. We want to go just east of southeast. Whoops. So let's line this up here, just east of southeast. So we're already kind of in the same direction that we're looking to be in. Put that in the middle, just east of southeast. That Should be pretty close at least. And then basically we just do this twice. So from here, 1, take it, double it, give it to the next person. Right there. 2. Hopefully that means right here is the center of the crater. I'm sure I could do something to try to more accurately triangulate. Can I see the dock? No, but I could see that. But that would only triangulate to where I'm at currently. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. I feel relatively confident, but yeah, there's a couple variables that I wasn't too certain about. So it would be nice if I knew what direction this was. So there's the tower. So we need to go that way. Okay. Try again. Try again. So yeah, we landed like here. No. Well, shoot. Yeah, because there's that. So we need to go that way. Which is from the crater east. So we need to go east about 2 steps. Here. That's not 2 steps. That's closer to 2 steps. Let's see how that ends up. Oh boy. Okay. We need to go the opposite of east, this seems like. Well, there we go. We managed to get it down to 0.0. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one. Let's continue on. So looking at our map here, we didn't get a single chest, and we actually ended up missing one of the parkours. I'm guessing the parkour was probably on one of these other maps. We did a half decent job at exploring this island, I would say. And then looking at the Raven King. This might actually be the last one. Let's hop in there and see what we're looking at. We have 4 chests and 2 platformers. Travel. Here we are. Is that what I think it is? Well, that's a big statue. If that's what you think it is. The Treasure Island. We did it. Whether it's cartography, the Ravenfork, or the translations. Not good at anything. True that, Billy. Oh, that's not true. Oh, never mind. Rue's right. But I'm sure you're wrong. Wow. Built the raft. You hold us together. I really think so. Yes, thanks guys. That means a lot. Let's go find the treasure. Find the island piece that... Oh, place the island piece in the right spot. That's a big piece. Wait. Wait. Oh, wait. I have nothing. What is this blue dot? Alright, well, I think maybe I need to go find a landmark or something. And then that blue dot probably aligns with what I'm looking for. Alright, well, I believe I found a landmark. Yes. Yes, I did. We unlocked all of the landmarks, actually. So I'm going to take a guess and put that right there. Come on. Come on. Alright, that looks pretty good. Hopefully... Be very far off with the marker. What did that say? Okay. Alright, well, we'll try that again, I guess. Apparently. Not what we were looking for, but perhaps if we run up this tunnel, we will find what we're looking for. But I still haven't found. Hello? Alright, well. I wonder if you're supposed to do this particular one with trial and error. Or, what am I supposed to do? There's a potential that this could be the circle on the map. It seems unlikely, but there is a potential. Also, does this seem like a door to anyone else that perhaps will open to reveal the Raven treasure? Real treasure was the friends we made along the way. Well, I did a fair amount of, we'll say jiggery pokery, and I think this might actually be close. Um, Again, I don't really want to talk about it, but I don't know how else to actually do this. I don't know where this blue thing even is, but we might be close. I didn't think this was it because why would it be poking off the top? But how close are we? We're actually super close. So we need to go that way a little bit further, whichever way that is. However, I actually know where we're at because I'm literally right here. We need to go basically west, like half a step. And west is that way. So yeah, basically I did a little bit of triangulation. From here, I knew it was 40, what was it, like 43, 45 steps, something. This is basically 40 steps. And then, so I moved it out to here, I guess it was, and saw that it was 18.8. So then, keeping a distance off of here, I tried to figure out where that ended up being. And very good. All right. Well, we got at least a piece of the island. Is there another piece? I wouldn't mind piecing this thing together. Okay, we have a red piece. Is there a way I'm supposed to be doing this? Because this doesn't feel right. Or maybe this is actually just telling me or give me a point on the island that I'm using to work on centering this. It just feels like this would be over here. Or closer. I don't know. Alright, so from this point I determined it is about 4 steps off, which would be on this circle here. So we should be pretty close to what we're looking for here. Although maybe it's more over here. I'm not sure exactly in the direction that we need to go. Let's try this. It appears that we're going in the wrong direction. So that leads me to believe it's actually over here. Probably like this, keeping a nice close gap on them. Let's give that a go. We are very, very close. We can live with that. Very good. Alright, wonder... Okay. And the island piece in the right spot. I mean, again, I would think this is probably up in here somewhere. Let's give it a little look through this island piece. So yes, I did find the island section, and yes, it is approximately where I thought it would be. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, well, hello there. Let's see. Does this have a map? No. Alright. I'm not entirely sure the best way to pinpoint this. I mean, there is that landmark right there. Is there a map in here? No. However, yeah, best way to pinpoint this, I mean, where even am I exactly, you know? So maybe this is actually... I don't know. I'm not sure. Alright, well, my best guess is probably right about in here. It seems, I don't know. It seems like it very well could be. Apparently I'm a little bit off. Man, I am. It is rough, this video. Doesn't even tell me where I'm off by. I could have sworn, though, that, I was pretty close. 16.3 steps off from where I put it. Interesting. I mean, I might have just put it on the wrong part of the island itself. But yeah, you can see 13.3. So that's what I did. I went 13 steps out. Because that should be pretty close to 13.3. And then, I mean... yeah, I'm not sure which part of the island I'm supposed to be looking at here. Let's see, does that give me any indication? Actually, maybe a little bit. Maybe it is supposed to be closer to here? We could give that a try. No. I think that actually went much, much worse. Alright. Well, got some figuring out to do then. So through trial and error, I may have gotten this figured out. And let's see, how are we looking now? Not bad. We are a little bit off, unfortunately. Looks like we need to go, presumably, whatever direction that is. So, let's see. Oops, didn't mean to move it like that. Thinking half a step out, probably this way. Let's see how that looks. Pretty good. Alright, perfect. Continue. Now that we have the islands put together, just need to put the rest of the pieces. Oh boy. And alright, so we have 2 pieces left, apparently. Okay. Now, I may be crazy, but I might just take a stab at putting it right there. Let's see how that ends up going. Somehow I'm a little bit off, but that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So I'm guessing the last one does something similar in the fact that it fits perfectly into these points. Oh look, I've got a couple more points here. Oh, I know what's going on here. Sparkle! You have 3 stars on every island. Nice. Continue. Absolutely amazing. You really did it. You put the whole map together. I think we have everything now. Let's dig up the treasure. Indeed, indeed. We do have everything we need. So, it's a very simple process on digging up this treasure. We just put that right there. Red goes to red, which I mean that should be pretty close enough. So we'll just mark that out. And then blue, come on, that should do it. Goes to blue. That should be pretty close, which means our treasure is right here. And is directly west of the center. It's too bad my landmark got covered up though. That would be nice to have. Let's see, directly west of the landmark is this island. It didn't let me catch that updraft. Very sad. Alright, X marks the spot, probably right in here. Let's see. Is this the correct island? Because I'm not seeing this, although I believe actually this here is kind of a mouth, if you will. Oh. Hello there. I found a treasure map. What island is that? Alright, so I believe that treasure is right here, give or take. Let's see. Yeah, give or take, right about there. But I'm still trying to work my way up. Alright, I do believe this could be the spot. Hey, hey, hey! What are we looking at? We have the key. The Raven's Gate has opened. Must be a Bluetooth key, I guess. Enter the Raven King's treasure cove. However, there is still some treasure to be had. I've never been over to this little island. Let's go take a peek at what kind of things this holds over here. Maybe it has a treasure map. Maybe it doesn't. Oh. I don't think I'll need these at the moment, but never know. Aha! So, I don't think that's an island though. No. So I'm thinking we're going to be needing to find... You know, I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't actually know. Alright, I believe I'm in the area of that one chest that is right over on this island. I'm not sure exactly where this little flat part is, but I think it's somewhere right in here. Did I go right in the middle of the mushrooms there? Not sure. But yeah, if I could tell where that one piece was, I think I'd be able to find this much easier. Here, if I jump down. Okay. Oh, look. There's a little parkour. But maybe right here? I'll keep digging around here. It's got to be here somewhere. Ah, there we go. We're just barely off, it seems. Ah, the boat. Yeah, we're right here. Let's see. Can we figure out where the end of here is? No. I'm going to take a stab at it and go through the cave. Ah. Do I have enough lift to be able to make that? Oh. Apparently, I was just running up on that, so I guess that's okay. Nice. And any goodies over here? I'm not sure about that. Well, I truly do not know where that other treasure could be. I trying to compare it to my mental map of like the water areas and everything, and it's just not lining up for me. So I think we hop on in here. Maybe does this give us any hint? Perhaps, perhaps not. We hop on in here and we check out the king's treasure. And here we are. The end or new beginning? There it is. We found the treasure. The crown of the Raven King. Aw, isn't that sweet? Billy gave it to us. We are the Raven's champion or something. Aw, isn't that sweet? Then we get into the credits. Very nice. But before we end the video, I think we have a few treasures that we are going to go and find. Alright, well, we're back at this map here. And I tried looking for all the clues legitimately. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any more. And I'm not sure what that means for me myself. But there's an internet, and so I think we might find one here. Or maybe up here. There we are. We found a little deer. Nice. So, we got 3 out of 3 here. And another map here. The one where it might be our first ruins that we came across. I think there should be one right around in here. Let's see. Maybe here? There we go. I found it. I believe I actually figured out how you're supposed to determine it. Let me get back up here. So as we're walking down this bridge here, you can see on these I don't know, pop-ups, there's not anything, but then you suddenly have one triangle. And if you run over to the other side here, you have the same thing. Nothing, nothing, one triangle. So if you take these, it's not so much a map as it is some kind of vague puzzle. And if you connect the dots, well, it's right here. That's pretty sneaky if I do say so myself. But the other ones are in later maps. I won't be able to get any additional help on those. So I think that's where we're going to end it on this one. We found all the treasures, at least as up to, I think, the last 2 maps. Which, that's not bad. We do have this nice golden crown and a wand, wherever that is at. Here we go. I don't know what these do. I still haven't figured out what they end up doing. Not sure. But every time I put down a new one, the old one disappears. Yeah, not sure. They don't mark on the map at all. So there's something though. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series. This was a very fun series. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing something similar. It was very fun. I recommend checking it out yourself. This was Map, a game about maps. And hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. Also consider subscribing. That would greatly help me out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.